Hi girl, so this is day 2. As you can see, it like doubled practically in size. So we're gonna scoop, I'm gonna throw half of it away. But before I throw it away, I am gonna stir it. As you can see all those bubbles? That is active. As you can see, that them bubbles are a great sign. Beautiful sign. It is super pretty. It's gorgeous. I'm gonna throw it away because I don't want to collect this right now and have enough discard. But normally, instead of throwing this away, you would just stick this in a container, an airtight container in your refrigerator after you stir it. So stir it, place it in an airtight container in your fridge, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, a wide mouth jar is about 428 ounces. This is how much it is with the sourdough in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the math for this. Okay, so did the math, it's 229 ounces. You do not have to be specific on this, but technically people like 1:1:1 ratios. Or you could do this versus, so 229 divided in half. So half of that would be water and half of that would be flour. So that would be half water and flour, half this. So yeah. So we did 114 ounces of water and 114 ounces of flour. And then we mixed them together, and this is what the consistency came out to be. If you would stir it, it seems kind of runny, but then it kind of holds. So it's thick but runny. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but I just like to call it the thick pancake consistency. So anyway, that's kind of what the consistency should be like. Make sure all of your dry specks, all of the flour is mixed in well. Okay, then you're gonna kind of clean down the sides. I could do a better job. I'm probably gonna do a better job. I need to actually wipe this down too. But then you're just gonna place that right on top like that. As you see, I did not screw it or nothing, and then it's good to go. We're gonna stick this back in the pantry or a place where there's not wind drift, a lot of weather changing, not a lot of doors close by. It's just a consistent temperature. So that is what will make this the best. I am gonna get that thing. You can get an expo marker and figure out where the line is, but you wanna have a line to know that it's doubling and that things are staying healthy. Okay, as you can see, I put that there. And then this is gonna kind of catch it. I'm gonna leave this here because this has kind of a part, because this may overflow, because at this point the double is either gonna go to this rim or come out, because that's happened. So, for example, I dumped it out, I took away how much the jar was, if you do this in ounces, or you can just eyeball it like I did. Just add some flour and add some water till you get the right consistency. The consistency is what is important, to be honest. So if you dump out more than half, just look at the consistency or do the measurements kind of like I did. Take the number from the jar, how much the jar would weigh, minus that from how much sourdough you have in here. And then take how much sourdough you have in here, like I said, 228, I think is what I said. Half of that number is 114. So 114 of water, 114 of flour equals 228. So that is, so you want half new pretty much and half sourdough. Hopefully that makes sense. There are multiple ways to do that. That is how I do it. And that is how things have been growing. If you want to grow this, you can dump this half amount into a bigger container and then start doubling your recipes, and then make sure you give it 2 or 3 days to rise. Make sure your thing is doubling though before, if you decide to change the recipe consistency, if that makes sense. And you can also make it smaller. So if you want to like empty it to down here and then add a little bit of flour and a little bit of water and just get that consistency going, mark your thing and then watch it grow twice the size, or at least about twice the size. Then you should be safe. Also, when I say airtight containers, I literally just use jars. They work best for me anyway. I love these mason jar lid tops, and I just make sure they're really, really tight when I put them in there. Make sure you burp your container though, because any airtight container can explode because of the amount of stuff that is in them that makes that happen. But you want to open them like maybe once, well, I would say twice a week. Sorry, twice a month. Or once a week if you want to be safe. I don't know, I guess the temperature of your fridge matters too. But stir them. I have like all these jars, so I have to like stir them like every other week I do anyway. Stir them, open them, burp them is what they're called. And then just leave them alone. You can just leave them in there for like months and they're totally good.